Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's point of view, focusing on another issue pertaining to life in the Carolinas. To all of my subscribers, I want to say thank you so very much for your vote of confidence. If you're new to my channel, I do want to welcome you and thank you in advance for spending a few minutes reviewing this video. And if you're a returning viewer, by all means, it's great having you back again. We're definitely growing and it's just exciting to see new subscribers come on board, and the comments have been positive, so I'm grateful to you for your support. Today, I want to follow up on the video I published approximately 6 weeks ago, and it pertains to the death of a young paratrooper, Specialist Roman-Martinez, a soldier from the 82nd Airborne Division at Fort Bragg. As you already know, Specialist Roman-Martinez was brutally murdered this past Memorial Day weekend, and this week marks the 2-month anniversary of his death. So in this video today is essentially a follow-up to what I previously published. My objective is to do a few things. I want to share what has happened since my last video. I want to focus on the chatter, or I want to focus on what people are saying about this case, and then I'll draw some conclusions before wrapping up. So let me apologize in advance because I expect this video may be a little bit longer than usual, but I want to encourage you to stick with me until the end because my conclusions may or may not surprise you. It was a bit disappointing for me to discover that Fort Bragg was conveniently silent about this entire incident. It seemed as if there was a code of silence in place with the objective of tossing this incident under the rug and forgetting about it. And weeks after my video was published, people who live in Fort Bragg still had no idea that a soldier had been murdered. And here again, I kept hoping that the word would get out and people would start talking about it. But today, I'm pleased to say the story has found its voice. And in doing so, I would like to recognize 2 local groups who have been instrumental in keeping the story in the news. So it was on June 28th, which was approximately a little over 4 weeks after Specialist Roman-Martinez was murdered. I saw this Facebook page from a group on Fort Bragg. They are known as Fort Bragg NC, and it's a Facebook page, yes. And it was really an announcement of an upcoming prayer vigil for Vanessa Gilliam, the soldier from Fort Hood who was recently murdered. And at the top of the post it read, "Though she's not a Fort Bragg soldier, she's still a soldier, so please support if you can." So I took this opportunity to comment on the page and to say, well, I think it's great you're doing this for Vanessa, but what about the soldier from right here, Specialist Roman Martinez, who's been murdered? It's over 4 weeks and nobody is talking about them. And this is how the conversation got started. And in a matter of days, they had dedicated their entire Facebook page to Specialist Roman Martinez and hashtag Justice for Roman. And after that, another Facebook page, Watch Out Cumberland County NC, also republished this information. So I want to say shout out to my hometown for doing your part, because now people throughout the country are focusing on Specialist Roman Martinez and the way he was murdered. And now that people are indeed talking about the death of Specialist Roman Martinez, there has been a lot of chatter on social media. And as you know, everybody has an opinion, but there seemed to be a consensus that this murder was not a random case by a stranger. I have read all the published stories and all the associated comments from viewers, and they all seem to be along the same line. And people are pointing fingers to a group of 7, the 6 men and 1 woman who accompanied Specialist Roman Martinez on their trip to Outer Banks, and people are wondering what role they may have played. There appears to be a belief that the group of 7 may know more about this situation and that they may have created a version of the facts to take some of the spotlight off of themselves. Some of the leading comments are listed right here. You can read them for yourself. And the reason why fingers are being pointed at the group of 7 is because their actions and versions of the facts are just not adding up. You know, viewers have remarked that the comments from the team of 7 and on that 911 call seemed inconsistent and rather rehearsed. So let's break down that 911 call piece by piece. And this is what we know. An anonymous member of the group of seven, a male, contacted the state police to make a complaint around 7:30 p.m. on the day in question. The individual said that Specialist Roman-Martinez had been missing, and the last time they saw him was at 12:30 a.m. because that's the time when everybody went to bed. And keep in mind that by the time this call was made, it was now 17 hours after the group said they had discovered Specialist Roman-Martinez missing. So it seemed rather suspicious that a soldier, a member of your party, had gone missing in a strange location, and it took 17 hours for anyone in your group to call for help and report him missing. That just does not make sense. It also seems rather unusual that they all had gone to bed at 12:30 and that the caller specifically remembered the hour and the minute that everybody went to bed. So it seemed that lights were out at the same time. Well, we know it doesn't really work that way. One of the viewers commented saying, I've been camping a few times and everybody never falls asleep at the same time. There's always people coming in and out at different times. And I've been camping too, and I have to agree with that. The 911 caller also said they had spent all day looking for their missing comrade and they were unable to find the park police. Well, we know that's a lie. It's a lie because that day, when they were supposedly looking for Specialist Roman-Martinez, the group had a face-to-face encounter with park officials, and that happened around 2:30 p.m. According to the report provided by the park officials, the park police approached the group to address an issue pertaining to where they were parking their vehicles. And at that time, no one mentioned anything about Specialist Roman-Martinez being missing or the fact that they were supposedly looking for him. And it was 5 hours later that someone in the group actually placed that 911 call. So, why were you lying? People want to know. The caller also said that Specialist Roman-Martinez had suicidal tendencies. This also raised a red flag for me because based on the term used, it implies this was part of Specialist Roman-Martinez's history. So here's my first question. Why would you take a soldier who knowingly has a history of suicidal thoughts? Why would you take him on a trip to the wilderness over 200 miles away from his base unit if you weren't going to watch him? And not just watch him, but watch him closely. As for me and as a young soldier on a weekend vacation, I wouldn't do it because it would hamper my fun for the weekend. It just would not happen. And on the other hand, if this is something you just found out, let's say you just found out since you got to your destination, and I think that's highly unlikely. If this was new information, then why did everybody go to bed at 12:30 a.m.? Seems to me that the buddy system would have been activated, or the team would have taken turns watching him during the night because this is what the Army teaches us. This is about leadership, Army values, and making good decisions. So when we reflect back on the comment by the caller, one may draw two possible conclusions. The first is that that specific comment about Specialist Martinez having suicidal ideations, that it was simply a smokescreen, i.e. a distractor, or one may also suggest that the team was just irresponsible and did not look out for the welfare of the soldier. Those are the only two options available. The park police issued a request for information regarding the group of soldiers and their whereabouts while at the park. They identified two automobiles, a white and silver Jeep Wrangler, with two young men standing on the outside step rails while they drove at a very high rate of speed south on the beach. The Jeep was followed by a blue Ford Ranger pickup. These two vehicles were identified as being connected with a group of soldiers. Comments on the Facebook page reflected that the group seemed to be having a heck of a good time with some disregard for park rules and personal safety. One individual identified the group as being a group of boys and one girl. Another respondent said they were around Rock Jetty area and that they had three tents and a canopy on the beach. Now, if that information is accurate, I'm just wondering how the service member who called 911 could be so accurate in saying that all of them went to bed at 12:30 a.m. when they had four different accommodation, three tents, and a canopy. I'm also wondering if the automobile races on the beach took place before or after their reported search for their missing comrades. I believe answers to these questions might be helpful to the ongoing discussion. So, in conclusion, What we still have are basically a lot of assumptions and speculations. At the end of the day, the only people who really know what took place at Cape Lookout National Seashore that Memorial Day weekend are a group of 7 individuals who reported Specialist Roman-Martinez as missing. And as we already know, it took them 17 hours to contact 911 and report this soldier is missing. Based on the comments, people are saying that the 911 call appeared to be rehearsed and missing a few key parts. Many have questioned their version of the truth. It's easy to understand why. But I plan to stay on this case for the next 6 months, providing monthly updates as information becomes available. And that's all I have for you right now. Please free to leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this video, and feel free to share. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And if you click on this notification bell right here, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.